So the die is somewhere in this cave, huh?
This is as far as I can take you. Only the
Why's that?
kind of a long story. Apparently, there's a certain fruit that grows in this cave. Many years ago, our ancestors set out to make a series of ambitious works of graffiti art. However, they didn't want anyone to see their work before it was completed. To bypass the seal, you have to have
Oh, right. Haven't we been in here before, though?
The strange thing is, our ancestors never removed the seal. Since it was sealed off, the only person who's been inside is the great According to her, the artwork tells but I digress. Sorry, I'm a big...
So you're sure you don't want to...
I'll pass. I tried to get in once, but the seal blocked my way. I tried getting my Iktomi sword to clear it with... I guess it's supposed to be a test left there by our ancestors. Don't worry about me, though. Unlike our chief, I don't have the guts to challenge our traditions.
Fair enough. All right, we'll try not to...
Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm.
Solidify!
This should be the place. That fruit Toltec mentioned should be the one on the wall, right? Paimon didn't notice it last time we were here. Now the only question is, which ones do we pick? Well, go ahead, try it out. You saw something, right? Whatever it was, grab it! Remember the last time we came here? We found out they probably use the same stuff for their paint as we're using for the dye, right? Maybe we'll create a masterpiece of our own. Yep, what?
The wind rises. Too slow. Squall and fury.
Sounds like you made it through the seal then. It's getting late.
Squall and Fury.
Toltec has updated me on your progress.
Sure thing. Here's the stuff for the
I see. Yes.
Got it.
Please come with me.
The wind rises.
Take a look at this. It's a woven scroll made by one of our...
Ooh.
The person depicted is the legendary shaman, Huitzilin. She was especially skilled in the art of color manipulation. This scroll is a record of her deeds, and was most likely the work of her own hand. The quality is simply breathtaking. Even sadly, since she passed away, all of our Ictomisaur Elders' subsequent appointees... That's a good way of putting it.
Hoo-hoo! Now Paimon's getting it.
Bring out the samples. Now, as I mentioned, the dyeing process is a little complicated, but I am confident the pattern has already been sketched out on the sample. So, you just need to dye each block with the correct color. But you'll need to wait for the dye to fully soak in. Ha ha ha! Good! The dye has taken to the fabric, and the pattern is crisp and clear.
Okay, final step. Did it work? Paimon doesn't see it.
Oh, that color isn't showing up. Oh, the dyeing has failed. No, your technique was flawless. You did everything exactly as instructed.
Then what went wrong?
It could be the weaving technique, or
Sorry, Paimon wishes we could do more to help.
I am the one who should be apologizing. I will, of course, honor my commitment to compensate you for your trouble, but I do hope you won't give up on this task.
Don't worry, we're not quitters. Paimon does have a question, though. This whole process of recording history. You said yourself you're all about change and reform. Well, this seems like a pretty good place to start, don't you think?
I think you perhaps misunderstood my philosophy, but that's okay. I can answer your question, but there's...
Oh, sure.
Cool. Look
It's gorgeous!
now.
Whoa, that graffiti!
In all the years since the founding of our tribe, it is true that I seek to bring new life to this ancient tribe through change and reform. But I also understand there are certain, the foremost of these is the way we record.
Oh, that makes sense.
Since the very beginnings, our tribe has always sought to bring color to history. So, whatever it takes, I must find a way for us to continue producing our traditional woven scrolls.
You're completely right. I'm sorry for what you...
It's quite all right. I'm just great. Then let us hope that when we...
Relax. There's no need to exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy silence. Behold!
Huh? What are the That's a little concerning. Let's go over there and see what... Also, how did they get this close to a tribal settlement? Huh. All the Fatui left in that land are probably the captain's subordinates. That basically... Still, once a Fatus, always a Fatus. So... Ahem! What are you guys...
Following orders. If you have a...
Hey, what's with the attitude? Can the Fatui even work?
This is Grudok. I hired him to be my bodyguard in Natlan. As you can see, he's not the My original plan was to hire someone from the local tribes. I was told they were capable fighters and had the time to spare, so they fit the bill. It seems...
So that's what happened.
Precisely! Montluçon, at your service. I work in the publication business. And you two... Wait, you must be the traveler and his fairy companion.
Oh, you know us?
A golden-haired traveler with a floating companion. Your exploits in Fontaine have all the makings of a best-selling series. I'd be a failure of...
Wow, we're really famous at this point,
It's truly my lucky day. I know this is sudden, but
So, you chased us all the way to...
you'll be generously rewarded. I promise you.
Well, at least he got straight to the point. Should we hear what he has... Alright.
You know the great shaman Sitlali, right?
Yeah, the chances of her helping a random stranger just because... Yeah, see, Lolly really did...
I heard about that from other members of her tribe. But they told me if you manage it, I'll even double your pay.
Oh yeah, we should...
It's kind of a long story, and there's tribal history involved, so you should hear it from an expert. Alie, if you could.
Of course. I don't often have an eager audience for this kind of thing. Nice to meet you. The name's Alie. I'm a researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute. Unlike most researchers, I have a keen interest in ancient ruins. That's why I was invited to join. Have you heard of the legend of the great shaman Huitzilin? Yes, according to local records, she was a color mystic who lived over 200. Out of all of her exploits, her most celebrated, according to legend, the battle was triggered by an abyss invasion, one of the most brutal in Natlan's history. Even from a greater amazingly, Natlan was able to turn the tide despite being at an extreme disadvantage. The color was extraordinary, illusory in appearance while also seeming to possess physical form, and trap all the enemies inside. This allowed her allies to launch a counterattack and
Anyway, that's the gist of it. We don't want to take up too much of your time. That story is the reason I came to Natlan. I often publish books about the history of other nations. When I heard this story for the first time, I wanted to... Historical records about Natlan aren't very detailed. We haven't been able to determine where the battle took place, or find... Even within the Masters of the Nightwind, people dispute the legitimacy of the story. Some, if that were the case, the story would...
But if you're just including it in a story collection...
Well, you see, the slogan for the collection is Restoring the Truth of History. Naturally, that's why I'm here. The Masters of the Nightwind are said to have a tradition of recording, but I was refused access to the Obsidian Altar. Application after application, and all I received were a few ordinary...
According to my research, their scrolls are considered sacred relics in addition to historical records. Not to mention, the scrolls we did get to review actually contain a...
We've been over this, Alier. There's no need to...
Sitlali, you mean?
Exactly. You're well aware, I'm sure, that Sitlali has been alive for more than 200... If she agrees to be my consultant, then no other historical records are necessary.
Oh, that's what you want.
So, what do you say? I'll quadruple the pay if it helps sweet...
Well, it's not that we don't want to help you. Oh, right. The duty the chief gave us has a... Who knows? The Battle of Seven Colors might... All right, we'll help you convince Sitlali. Just...
Of course.
The wind rises. Squall and fury.
So, this is where the great shaman lives? A bit...
For someone like Sitlali, it actually makes a lot of sense.
Is this graffiti her work too? I wonder if it's a cultural practice. If I could just copy it down,
We're here for a reason, Alier. As agreed, you two can do the talking.
Okay, we'll go knock on the door. Sitlawi? Are you there? We need your help with something! Oh, no response. Maybe she's not home. Oh, Granny Eatsley? Are you home?
Hey, kid! If you're here to challenge me, book an appointment first. Traveler!
Looks like we came at a bad time. Well, at least we didn't get turned... So this is where Sitlawi lives.
I didn't have time to fully clean up the place. Complain if you want. Menial help. Besides, in light novels, people who keep everything neat and tidy are always too... Also, I'm not a hermit. I'm just above superficial rule.
She sure does care a lot about what we think of her.
Oh, and that spell I used to transfer my senses to you? It's my duty as a great shaman to check that kind of...
Oh, you mean when we could hear your thoughts? Nope. It's been so long, we...
Then why do I hear the traveler's thoughts in my head?
What?
I can still hear you, you know. Don't bother. I'll find a way to fix it. First you hear my thoughts, now I'm hearing your thoughts. It's just a simple spell. I use it on you, and now it's on the fritz. Forget it. Just tell me why you're here.
Well, someone asked us to ask you to be their consultant.
So they asked the hero of Natland to put in a good word? Sounds like they...
The pay is really good.
Doesn't matter. I'm busy.
She sure doesn't look busy. Paimon knew this wouldn't get us anywhere.
From you?
Yeah, we were given a sacred duty to help your tribe weave a special scroll.
Huh? So...
We were surprised too. After all, we have no idea. But with Chef Biram's help, we still haven't succeeded. But we learned the historical event those men want to ask about also involves color. She's giving us that face again. Did Paimon not explain?
I can't decide whether this twist is completely out of the blue.
Does that mean you...
I need to think about...
Then there's still hope.
Hey, what's the holdup? Just give us an answer already.
You agreed to let us do... Sitlawi?
Stand down, Grudok. As your employer, if I tell you to wait, then you wait.
Understood.
You're the great shaman who's been alive for centuries? But you're so...
You're lucky you didn't force Sweet Lolly's.
Well, since you're here, how about a discussion?
Do you have any idea who I am? Did you think Granny Eatsley would be fooled by your little performance? I have no intention of speaking to you. Your recent hire interrupted me right as I was pull a trick like that again, and I'll make your lives a living horror novel.
Whoa.
Traveler, we have a discussion to finish.
You live up to your name, Granny Itztli. I apologize for the offense. I'm just surprised the Battle of Seven Colors didn't pique your interest.
You're investigating the Battle of Seven...
Ah, the Traveler... Yes, I thought the Traveler could help me convince you. But, if I'm not... I heard that the great shaman Huitzilin was... If I can resolve the controversy and prove the battle took place, I'll include it in my next collection. Then, all of Teyvat, with your support, your friend's heroic deeds will once again be known throughout the land.
If this is really about that duty, then... fine. I'll help.
I'm honored.
Save it. I agreed to help the Traveler, not you.
Well, at least she agreed to help.
Who are you calling heartless?
Not a problem. I always planned to work with the... So, did you directly experience any events of the battle? Do you have any idea where...
Talk at me, why... Fine. No, and... I did live during the same era as her, but that doesn't mean we experienced the same events. I've lived along... You decide the angle of your investigation, and I'll provide answers if I'm...
All right. Even if you didn't witness the battle yourself, you still lived through that era. Alier, you had an idea about where to start, yes?
Oh, well, my plan was to consult the
Then, let's start the... Traveler, what do you say to officially working together? After all, it...
You don't seem super invested in this whole thing.
The Battle of Seven Colors is something I've only ever heard about.
But how? Weren't you alive when it happened?
I wasn't there when it took place, and she never told...
But Montluçon said the two of you were close friends.
The close friends? More like arch rivals. Something Montluçon would know if he actually did his research. Did you see the graffiti outside my house? All students from Huitzili's School of Shamanism must pass an extremely difficult trial before graduation. Those graffiti drawings are how they challenge me. Of course, none of them ever succeed. So, after Huitzili's death, her students had no choice but to modify the requirement. Instead of defeating... As my rival, Huitzili only had one achievement that surpassed my own. It makes perfect sense that she kept it from me. I'm a fast learner. Telling me about the technique is no different than handing it to me on a silver platter.
Oh, that...
Anyway, all of that is secondary. Like I said... Don't misunderstand. This duty is important for my tribe, too. A great shaman should do her part to see it done. Excuse you? Why is it that you're the one whose thoughts are exposed, but I'm still...
Excuse me, great shaman, but we have a situation over here. We could really use your help.
Okay.
Of course the Battle of Seven Colors happened. The woven scroll proves it. Huitzili used a mysterious color to
That's just your interpretation. There's more than one way to understand that.
Huitzili was one of the most powerful shamans of her time.
That's the biggest problem. She had students. A technique that powerful? And no shaman...
Her students are keeping it a secret, of course. If you knew a technique like that, you'd be a fool to show it.
Oh, I didn't mean to cause an argument. I just wanted to ask.
Of course it took place. Why would you need to prove it?
You'll have to excuse him. Some people in our tribe insist on clinging to outdated.
Please don't fight.
Wow, so the battle really is controversial.
Am I the outdated one? Kids these days can't find anything better to.
These arguments are precisely why I hesitate to include this story. Neither side was able to offer anything useful. What should we do?
Wheatsealing was a passionate teacher. We were opposites in that sense. The technique she used in the battle must have. Still, if the technique is powerful enough to single-handedly stop an invasion, we should check with the students from her school. If we can confirm the technique
But as far as I know, most of the shamans from her school occupy high positions in the
right. The obsidian altar is off limits to.
Is there a problem?
Most of Wheatsealing students are respected priests in the tribe. But that means they had to go through me. Or try, at least. Of course, those who hold the position now are the ones who lasted long enough before I wiped the floor with them. If I show up without warning, they'll run for dear life. That's not gonna get us.
Yeah, Paimon can.
Hey, don't jump to conclusions. That was just a metaphor. Only you have the guts to joke like that with me, traveler. Fine. I said I'd help, so I'll help.
Alright, the rest of you can wait for us here.
We appreciate the help.
Oh, are you in the middle of a ceremony?
Granny Eatsley? What is she?
Did some coward not show up after challenging her to a fight?
Or is she here to officially take over the tribe?
Whoa, it's like they really do.
No matter what, we'll defend our dignity.
You talk a big game for someone who lost to me the most out of the entire priesthood.
What?
All I want is to ask some questions.
So you're here to interrogate us?
Someone didn't sit pretty for their beating? Is that it? You want their name, don't you?
We should just run!
Yeah, with the hero of Natland here, Granny Eatsley will be on.
Sure, whatever.
Oh, it's the traveler and his companion.
We wanted to ask about the technique you inherited.
So you can eradicate our school once and for all?
Disciples of our school have challenged her year after year, just as our master instructed.
Well, you're not wrong.
If we want to protect our legacy, one of us needs to run.
Not this again. Just how much did you...
Hey! You can't just say whatever you want just because it's in your head. I'm Granny Eatsley. A mere mention of my name and kids burst into tears. You know what? Forget about your duty. We really need—
Sorry to disappoint, but if you're here to question whether we're qualified to—
We're not getting anywhere. What should we do?
Huh? Oh.
Elder Tlapo! Oh, we must have disturbed— Did Elder Tlapo just issue a declaration?
From what I can tell,
Is Elder Tlapo telling us to— That's not possible, is it?
Oh, you forget yourselves, my friends. You are esteemed priests of—
But
I didn't expect to see you here, great shaman.
Well, I wasn't exactly planning to come to this crowded place. So you can save the pleasantries, Chief.
Understood. Now, as successors of Wheatsealing, however, Elder Tlapo's declarations have always showed us the correct path. So, mind your manners and allow Granny Eatsley to add—
Good thing Elder Tlapo and Hi there, Elder Tlapo! pretty happy to
He's the one who put you in charge of the scroll, right?
Yeah, Elder Tlapo.
Elder Tlapo, huh? He's still Claw to me. Hey, don't pull that cutesy stuff with me. You're an Ictomisaur Elder now. You occupy an eminent and important...
So, you already know each other?
Claw was only this big when we first met. He was Witzeline's Saurian companion back then. She kept dragging him to my place, so over time, we got to know each other. She only came to my place to fight me. But at the same time, she always claimed to be my friend. She was the only one who...
Well, you've lived a long time.
The more time you have...
Oh,
Anyway, let's get back to business. I hate talking about the past. Oh, 200 years and you still... I still haven't made up my mind, so you should...
Hey there, Chief Biram. Oh, wait. We haven't reached out since the last...
I'm just...
Actually, we have good news. We found...
I'm all ears.
It's the Battle of Seven...
Huitziline's claim to fame? That sounds promising.
True, but Granny Easterly...
Is that so? Huh. I've tried seeking her help in the past.
Hey, don't complain! None of the...
Forgive me. That wasn't...
Paimon said you've been trying to figure out how to weave the...
It is my duty, great shaman.
Why bother? The scrolls always end up completed on time, so...
If I may, this task concerns the... Memory is sacred to our tribe. I'm sure a great shaman understands that better than a humble... I know you don't concern yourself with the daily affairs of the tribe, Granny Eatsley. Even so, as a priestess, I trust you wouldn't leave something like that.
I get your point. Of course, the one time I wish you could read my mind, it doesn't... No, that's not...
Huh?
It's not important. Rest assured, Biram, with my...
You have my thanks, then.
Huh. So are you here to test whether we're qualified to—
You've already been tested, haven't you? Well, frankly speaking, but that's not why I'm here. All you need to do—
Fine.
You've heard of the Battle of Seven
Of course. It's our master's claim to fame. An immortal
Then I'm sure you know there are those who question whether it actually occurred.
I did hear people arguing about that the other day.
It's disgraceful. How can they—
It doesn't surprise me. Natlan has had more tourism lately. A lot of people have After all, everyone who took part in the battle has returned to the ley lines. Without witnesses, it's hard to refute—
Well, it just so happens the questions I want—
Listen, we know you were rivals, but do you really have to question her legacy?
You think she's like you? Someone who can't survive a little—
No, of course not.
Then let me finish. During the battle, Huitziline most likely used a technique powerful enough to turn proud enough to pass it on to her disciples.
I don't think any of us have heard of it.
Listen, I'm not trying to take it for myself, so be honest.
Yeah, no objections there. But I'm telling the truth.
What's wrong with her? Why would she
Master's body of work is massive. No one student could hope to learn all her techniques. Mastering just a few. Master had no choice but to recruit many students, split up what she knew. So even though we see ourselves as representatives of Wheatsealian's school of shamanism, actually, I know of a shaman family that inherited some of Master's techniques. The family fell on.
But if they inherited Wheatsealian's secret technique...
Well, it's the only thing I...
All right.
I'll mark it out on your map.
To be honest, I'm not optimistic about the future of this, and that's because the request came from you. You don't know the...
Proving the legitimacy of this battle seems more hopeless, but...
Nothing we can do about...
Well, even if our investigation ultimately proves the legend to be false, that although I'm here for business purposes, I have a personal interest in this...
That's exactly why I chose to follow you, Monsieur Montluçon.
Listen, I'm just updating you on the situation, not asking for your opinion. Traveler, you came to me for help with your scroll weaving duty, right? You thought looking into the Battle of Seven Colors could give you answers. That's understandable. Instead of wasting time, you might consider taking...
Respected Traveler, let's not forget about the compensation I promised. You shall have it in full. Extra, if that's what it takes.
What makes you say that?
Yeah, based on what you've told us so far...
You think...
She claimed to be your friend, but picked fights with you non-stop. And never told you. By figuring out the truth behind the battle, maybe we can finally help...
Closure? I'd say we're 200 years too late.
Ah, that's wonderful news.
Alright, let's go visit the shaman family. Are you Asia Man?
Yep, that's me. Huh?
Get up! In a crowded market like this, the only person who should be trying to hide is me.
My apologies. Ever since my grandfather's generation, the shamans of my family have given up on passing your trial, Granny Eastley. Have we offended you in some other capacity?
Man, this is generational trauma at this point.
Whenever I misbehaved as a kid, Grandpa would tell me about the thrashing he received from Granny.
Hey, don't get any funny ideas. This was your idea, remember? Keep asking...
Okay, so your family studied under Wheats...
Yes, although that pretty much ended with my The techniques my family learned from Wheatsealian didn't have much practical use in terms of tribal affairs, so turns out shaman techniques aren't that useful outside the priesthood either. So over time Of course, it's possible that we were just too foolish to understand the true power of those teachings. After all, Wheatsealian was a genius.
Do you know which techniques were passed on to your family?
I'm not sure. As a kid, I remember...
Just think about it for a sec. Do you remember anything?
Decide the outcome of a battle? Besides, my family wasn't really known for our talent. If a technique like... You might have better luck asking one of the priests. They're descendants of Wheatsealian's most gifted...
Well, looks like we're back where we started.
Still no definitive evidence the Battle of Seven Colors took place. Alier.
All we have are non-witness accounts. We could put together an interview, but that's not going to hold up in academic circles.
Then we have to keep going.
Oh, you're investigating the Battle of Seven Colors?
Yeah, you know about it?
Not a lot, but there's something special about my family. Say what you want about my ancestors' dedication to shamanism, but they definitely paid attention to those. And of course, the Battle of Seven Colors is the...
We don't need another story. We need something concrete. Does no one in your tribe...
I'm not sure if this is helpful, but the story passed down in my family is a little different from the one told in the tribe.
Really?
Well, it's Wheatsealian's personal account of the events, so, for example, in the version I heard, the battle took place in a
That means you can tell us where to find it!
Unfortunately not.
I studied maps of Natlan before we left, Monsieur Montluçon. I don't...
Could your ancestors be mistaken, Mr. Shaman?
It's unlikely. My family may have let the shamanism side of things fall by... In the words of my grandfather, Some things deserve to be.
If Whitzelin's version of events differs so much from the general understanding, that makes it even more.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Hold on. You mentioned the Chico Mostek cave?
Oh, yes? Can I clear something up for you?
It's been more than 200 years. Huh. I never thought I'd hear that name.
What do you mean?
That location is now known as the Valley of Fog. The Chico Mostek cave is what it was called.
Precisely when Huitzilin was alive. That means Monsieur Montluçon. Once we get there, the evidence we need should be at our fingertip.
Just when we thought all hope was lost.
Save it. Flattery won't get you anywhere with me.
Wait! Mr. Montluçon works in publishing. You're a huge fan of light novels, right, Lolly? Maybe he could get you some that are out of print.
Really?
Out of print, huh? Sure. Do you have any in mind?
Well, if we're talking collectibles, then the first edition of Shogun Almighty reborn as Raiden with unlimited power is a must. It's the first major hit of the isekai genre. Several editions have gone to print, but
I see.
There's also its sister work, Pretty Please Kitsune Guji. It was Yae Publishing House's attempt at gauging the new market trends. It's opened the door to a new genre after readers grew tired of isekais. The sales speak for them. Actually, Yae Publishing House released a limited edition not too long ago.
Sorry, I'm not sure I caught all that. What were the titles?
These two titles are among the most successful and well-known works in the entire industry. You're telling—
I'm a merchant from Fontaine, after all. Regarding this particular genre from— Of course! Sounds like a perfect arrangement. Now, there's no time to waste.
Once we get there, it'll take a bit more work to determine the actual location. Right now, all we have—
Well, I'm sure Miss Sitlali—
Have you even looked at the time? It's already evening, and I have—
well, what do you think, traveler? Okay, we'll find a place to rest for the night.
He's persistent, huh?
How about noon?
Do we have to wait that long?
Great shamans have important matters. That's only because I have important tasks to complete at night.
All right, as Miss Sitlali instructed. Let's meet back up.
Sorry, I just wanted to ask,
Yeah, of course.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
You're really that scared of her?
To be honest, Granny Eatsley almost never interacts with ordinary tribespeople like us. She's a powerful shaman who's lived for over 200 years. As a great hero, you're...
Well, thanks for today, Sweet Lolly.
That's quite considerate of you.
Wait, didn't you say you had important—
What did you think I meant?
Does that mean you've gone drinking every night for the past 200 years?
No, I've had enough socializing for one day. I know somewhere— which will also give us a chance to solve the mind-reading issue, considering that—
The wind rises. Quit following me.
Is this the place?
No, further up.
Further up? Whoa, this is like a secret base.
Sometimes I want the fresh air, but let's see if my stash is still here. Ah, great. Now for the mind reading issue. Give me your hand. It might take a little longer, actually. I just need to share. And that should do it. You're not wrong. Hold on. Why do I still... Oh, did I not separate our senses completely? Maybe using my palm isn't enough? Oh, please work, please work. A great shaman should be able to handle... Okay, what about now? Huh? And now? Huh. Whenever I try to remove... That was just to help with the spell. Ah, shoot. For a human soul, to lose the boundaries of the mind...
Wait, that sounds bad. Is Lolly drunk?
Anyway, we'll just have...
Hearing the Traveler's thoughts isn't that bad, right? You should just tease him, that's what...
It's just... I'm not... Sorry, I said we could be friends, but I'm used to being Granny Eatsley. Someone intimidating, someone people are scared to approach.
Yeah, Paimon's been wondering. Why do you insist on living so far away? You could easily become a leader of your tribe, someone everyone loves and respects.
When you live as long as me, a person is like a flower. The color draws you in. You water it to see it bloom. It rewards you with its fragrance, but it doesn't last. With the passing of the seasons, even if the same plot of soil is covered in flowers the following year, that's just how it is. Most of the people in my life will be gone one day, just like a flower. Getting close means losing friend after friend for hundreds of years, until the weight of their memories crushes my soul. If people don't care about me, then I don't have to care about them. It's better if...
See, Lolly.
You won't live as long as me, so you don't have to worry about that. Really? Then you should understand. Nearly everyone you know will be gone one day. Traveler?
Is something wrong?
Stupid mind-reading side effect won't go away.
Okay, she's definitely drunk. See, Lolly!
I'm not drunk. Just gotta think of a response. I'll think of...
Uh-oh, not this again.
I'm fine.
Is she talking in her sleep or talking to us?
Bye. Gonna walk back alone. Need some time to think.
Alright.
Oh, dia terbang.
This should be the place we decided to meet yesterday. Who knows if Sweet Lolly will show up on time?
Ahem.
Sweet Lolly!
No need to sound so surprised. Drinking is just a way to pass the time. Last night doesn't count. It was a minor slip-up, that's all. Anyway, I gave everything a lot of thought. The Battle of Seven Colors holds the key to a lot of...
So that's why you're here, so...
Traveler, great shaman. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Just follow me. I'll
Of course.
Too slow.
This should be it.
So the battlefield is inside this place.
That could explain a lot of our academic questions.
Don't lose focus. Once we get to the actual site of the battle, all the evidence...
Everyone ready?
Kita bakal dapat ini sih kali kan tapi.
So the Abyss invaded through a cave like this?
When the Abyss first began to corrode the ley lines, they...
All the items here should be useful for our research.
You're not to touch a single one without my nod.
I don't support invasive excavation techniques either.
Ah, of course. I'll defer to the experts on this matter.
Yeah!
There are weapons here from every tribe in Natlan. The battle must have encompassed the entire nation.
Sounds like we're getting closer to what the legend describes. But all we can really say is that a battle took place here. There's still no evidence of any colors or some elaborate maze.
Wow, you're really invested in the
Grudok, send some of your men to search the area. We might miss something all grouped together like this.
All the bases.
Don't jump to conclusions. Of course this isn't the site of the actual battle. We have to
This wall is in our way!
I might have an idea. Traveler, try removing that sphere.
Whoa, we passed straight through! What was that? Some kind of color magic?
It's very close to the technique Wheatsealing might have used.
That's it? Doesn't quite compare to the scale described in...
Still, what a terrific archaeological find.
Enough chit-chat. We should keep going. Hold on. If we step here, we might fall through.
You mean there are traps in here?
Remember how we were able to pass through the wall just now? It must have been because, on our person, we were carrying the same color as the wall. Let's put the spear down and see what happens.
Whoa, you're right. We can keep going now. Wait, what was that? What is this place?
Look! A maze made of colors.
It's real. I can't believe it.
Hold on. The quality of this space. This?
Huh?
No. This is a space constructed using memories, correct? Wheatsealing?
What?
No. It's just a trace of her consciousness left behind after creating this space.
Friends, this is my question to you. What is our strongest weapon against the abyss? After all, is it not after losing the capacity for memory? That is why, with our memories, we possess. I have discovered the perfect medium for us to wield that weapon. You know it as color. The more cherished the memory, the more vivid its color. As memories disappear, their color fades, guided by vibrant colors. Your capacity for memory is what will allow you to navigate. Without that capacity, enemies will fail to cross the. So, be brave, my friends, and.
Any ideas, Sweet Lolly?
Sounds like she left a tutorial. Not surprising. She always did have to handhold her talentless. Take me up!
There are monsters here too?
Abyss creatures. Likely trapped here for some time. Looks like a few monsters made it out of the battle all those years ago.
Into the wind.
Rise like smoke. Ha! Incoming! Ha! Fulfill our pact!
Settle down.
The wind knows.
What's with these color-changing blocks? You and see Lolly fell through all of a sudden. You scared Paimon half to death.
Must be one of the mechanics of the maze. I'm guessing the purpose is to help allies navigate this place.
Oh no, more monsters?
Ah, shoot. They're blocking the way forward. Let's get rid of them.
One with nature.
This place is so pretty. If not for those monsters, Paimon would have never guessed this was a battlefield.
The showmanship's not bad, I'll give her that.
Is this a bridge made of colors?
Don't sound so surprised. We just need to cross and we should reach the end.
We're out! Looks like we made it through the maze.
Hold on. This is...
Whoa, so pretty! The thing inside...
It's like a miniature blueprint made...
That color.
The die was modified using a secret technique to harness the power of memory. Without that power, it's just a normal die. I would say this is the most direct evidence that the Battle of Seven...
The expert has spoken!
Perhaps I could take a closer look?
No, you may not.
What are you doing?
Ah, you noticed my signal. Not bad, Traveler. We make a good team.
Huh. So, you've been watching me.
A self-proclaimed book merchant who's never heard of Shogun Almighty reborn as Raiden with unlimited power? Please, that work was a commercial success across Teyvat. I knew you were fishy, but I didn't expect you to pull something like...
Monsieur Montluçon, we just need a few pictures for our research, not the art...
Shut it! I couldn't care less about preserving this piece of...
But then there would be no evidence to prove the battle took...
What if that was my goal all along?
What?
Huh. Pretending to be a book merchant? Pretending to promote the history of Natlan and its year... But make no mistake. I'm no lowly merchant. But the dye in that sphere ruined all my plans before...
We've received a report that your advertisement in the paper makes false claims. Fontaine Law demands it be taken down immediately.
False claims? The dye I advertised is an unprecedented innovation. It produced...
Unfortunately, its qualities are neither unprecedented nor unmatched. According to the lady who made the report, even more miraculous. That substance dates back hundreds of...
How? Creating this dye is the culmination of my entire life's work!
Calm down, sir.
Sorry, it's just... I know this product will be a hit. The economic boost to Fontaine's publishing industry is one of the best in the world. All we need to do is publish something in the... We don't need to worry about more reports. Fontaine is far more advanced than Natlan. No one will believe such an innovation.
That goes against all of Fontaine's
What if I give you a portion of the profits? All you have to do is...
You're trying to bribe me? Careful. I'm dangerously close to reporting this to Monsieur Novelette.
I knew if I was just allowed to market my product, it would be a hit. But now, no one will see it as anything more than a poor imitation marketed centuries. I will never accept that someone from this backwards, ignorant nation could come up with that.
Even when the truth is right in front of you?
Ha! Truth is in the eye of the beholder. I'm already in the... All I have to do is destroy this sphere, write a detailed report about my findings, and publish it around the world. Then, the so-called truth becomes your word against mine. Once my report is accepted as fact, no one can accuse me of making false claims.
That's awful. What happened to restore...
That plan hasn't changed. I will continue to spread my truth for all of... Ah, you mean a hero of Natlan who's not actually from Natlan? And a great shaman who, according to... From a practical perspective, there's no reason for either...
Shows what you know.
Oh, since you like rumors so much, have you heard the one about what happens to people who get on my bad side?
Ah, the wrath of Granny Itzley. I knew from the beginning that you would accept my invitation, considering Whitzel... You've lived longer than her, you're far stronger than her, and yet, she has always been more... With the backing of the printing industry, I can take any book and send it to all... And in my version, I can erase the Battle of 7 Colors. You can be the one to have all the glory.
Shut the fuck up.
That's not real history.
That's a no, then? Your history means nothing to...
Done running your mouth? Good. Before handing you over to the tribe, I think I'll have my way with you.
If this comes to a fight, per my contract, you're gonna have to go through me.
Are they stupid? Oh my god.
That's right. I didn't pay all that Mora for nothing.
Wait, aren't you subordinates of the captain?
The captain. You actually bought that? United in the pursuit of Mora, we travel the land to collect debts. Our loyalty is to...
Regrader?
The captain means nothing to them. They serve a different harbinger altogether. Regrader!
This man has the potential to become a giant in the printing industry and disrupt Fontaine.
It's all been a lie from the very beginning!
I don't care who you serve. When it comes to punishment, I don't discriminate. Fulfill our pact! Incoming!
Silence! Let's move.
Into the wind.
Stay right here.
Unfortunate funds! Crumble!
Get to work!
Can't run from death.
That's what you get for messing with the hero of Natlan and Granny Eatsilly.
When did this person get so strong? Not good. This is becoming more trouble than it's worth.
Hey, what about our contract?
Our boss never signs a contract without loopholes. Even a veteran businessman like yourself fell into his... Go home and read the fine print. All I did was trigger the exculpatory clause.
You!
The other stipulations have been fulfilled. I set up explosives around the cave, strong enough... Oh, and for security purposes, all explosives have been rigged to blow at it.
What? This whole place...
We're supposed to wait until I made it out! Are you
That depends on how fast you can run. I'm off. Oh!
You think you can just waltz out of here? Traveler, stop them, and then we'll make a break for it.
If I'm caught, I implicate my boss.
Wait, don't!
Where are we? Back in the maze? Our circlet point. She'll know how to get out of here. Let's hurry. If we don't make it, let's see. Seat Lolly! Oh, looks like it's not gonna be that easy. What should we do? The special color? The one you saw in that woven scroll? You're right. Lead the way, traveler.
He triggered it just like that? If the technique isn't activated correctly...
Instead of a realm of memory, the subjects in question will be trapped in a if you cannot escape in time. It's mutually assured
I knew it! Someone of your skill wouldn't leave behind memory fragments just to parrot instructions. You must have the capacity for conscious thought.
I appreciate the compliment. It's been a long time, my friend.
This is no time for a reunion. The cave outside is about to collapse. I know time flows. Can you help me get out?
You misunderstand, Seatlali. I'm nothing more.
What do you mean? This space can be manipulated, right? The exit of your... You just need to tell me how to manipulate...
The maze you saw earlier was constructed using the... When people leave deep impressions on each other, these connections are particularly strong. That is how I created my maze. The connections between the... But if that color is crudely combined with an ice... This space is a combination of my color and your memories. Because there are no connections at your disposal.
Over 200 years. And not a single...
Well, at the very least, you have a
That's only because you never gave me a moment's peace. Still, it's a shame you're not around. You said it yourself.
Seatlali.
But now that I have the chance to talk to your special technique, you didn't pass it on to your students. You passed it on to the rival you could never beat.
So you figured it out.
After what I saw in the maze and everything you just told me, I'm certain the technique at the center of all... But you never brought up the fact that you used it to win a battle. I'm getting the feeling you always meant for me to come here. But if this is a foreshadowed event...
Seatlali, ever since you learned that technique...
You mean...
That color is the core of the technique. But it isn't my invention. More specifically, you could call it the color of memories. In truth, Passing on the technique is a process of using that. Yes, the technique has the power to decide victory. You are fated to live a far longer life than me, Silali. I couldn't bear the thought of, so I wanted to leave a little color behind.
Your color, you mean?
One day, you too will want to leave behind your color, and someone else.
I have to get out of here.
Silali, what are you?
I understand the true principle of this technique now. If I can't construct an exit, then I will separate this color from.
But you could lose a portion of your memories that way.
I know, but my memory is just a blank canvas I've neglected for 200 years. Traveler?
When you entered the realm of memory I constructed, I used your memories to learn about your recent experiences. After 200 years, someone has appeared by your side. The Night Kingdom harbors Natlan's memories, and the Traveler's connection to that realm is incredibly. This means that, even without your tutelage.
What did you say?
Although he doesn't know how to wield it, he unknowingly left. That was enough to guide him to this space. You now have. Well, Silali, it looks like part of this was foreshadowed.
Traveler? Traveler!
That's Sitlali's voice! She's just up ahead!
This is goodbye, my friend. Your memories over the past 200 years are much more.
Wheat Celine.
Sitlali!
Paimon! Traveler! Hold my hand.
Did we teleport out? Man, that place was so... Woo! We made it out just... Wonder what happened to the Fatui guy.
He was most likely trapped inside that space, just like us. The external structures supporting that space would have collapsed with the ruin. Unless...
He still preferred that to being caught, huh? They were standing a bit further away, right? They probably were...
Hello?
It's one of Maluson's employees! Quick,
Oh, I can explain! I had no idea Malusan was such a terrible person. I'm so glad you managed...
Either way, the guards will take you back to the tribe.
I understand.
Anyway, I'm not here to harp on you.
He went that way, but I'm not sure if you can catch up.
That way? Huh. Unless he's a traveler, Paimon.
Hey, it's Elder Tlapo and a group of Victomisaurs! They caught Maluson!
Something felt off about him yesterday. So
My bank balance! No! No!
What's wrong with him?
That's one of the tricks Claw uses to scare people. He makes people hallucinate the thing that it's particularly effective on weak-minded...
Serves him right!
I know. It was a lot to ask, making you come...
Was that a declaration? Elder Tlap...
forget about him for now. The Ectomisaurs will make sure Montluçon doesn't escape before the guards...
Right! The special scroll! But
Don't worry. Wheatziline's technique hasn't been lost at all. Come with me. I'll explain everything. Oh, and Traveler? Everything I knew you'd want to tag along.
Relax. You think I've got a sharp tongue? I just tell it like it is. If someone can't handle it, maybe that's their problem. Too slow. Too slow. Upon the gale.
Now, when it comes to weaving the scroll itself, you don't actually need to lift a finger. But if we're going to pass on Wheatseal—
What are you saying, Sweet Lolly?
Follow me.
Whoa, look at this place. Do you weave scrolls too?
Scrolls. Scrolls? I thought you were going to show me your masterpiece.
That I am, old friend. The technique I'm about to show you.
Fine. What is it? Something that can— You probably want to challenge me, right? I know you don't have the strength for a real fight, so—
Old friend, my life is nearing its end. I'm afraid.
Hey.
Don't worry. I trust in the belief of our tribe. That death is not the end, but the beginning of a new existence in the Night Kingdom, where everything is made of memories. So, do you know why our ancestors insisted on using colorful, woven scrolls to record our history? Because History is the memory of a people. We give our scrolls an orange hue, so the dead can still feel the warmth of the setting sun. We decorate them with kernels of grain fruit, so the dead can still enjoy the abundance of our harvests.
I know that, but something this important? What?
As your friend, I don't have long, Sipali. Oh, I'm not sure I can truly explain my decision. But I know you will understand one day. For now, will you accept my final request?
Just this once. I understand now, Wheat Zealine. Just like you said I would. Claw, help me move this outside. I'm going to color it. Traveler, Paimon, come with me. We are like birds, soaring through the horizons of time. I linger between brushes of memory, seeking the color of my final journey. When I get there, may there be feathers to paint the sky, shades of rose. And fields of green to beckon adventurous souls. And azure oceans with which to sail into the unknown. And volcanoes too, where, despite the danger, hidden treasure waits to be found. And graffiti art, of course. Without that color, just imagine the dullness of night. Anything else?
In the end, I hope everyone remembers my color too.
I hope everyone remembers your color too. All in all, it was just a technique for coloring a scroll.
The task I'm entrusting to you is much more than that. Farewell, my friend.
This is so sad, but it's happy. What the fuck? Lah, kocak. Kok dia ketutup sendiri? Baru bagus-bagusnya, Cok. Kenapa dah? Apa tadi pas udah selesai lah ya. Wah ini ulang nggak? Anjir, semoga tadi pas sudah selesai. Betenya aku nih, Cok. Kayaknya pas udah selesai sih. Kayaknya ngulang. Kayaknya nggak ya. Yeah, it's better like that, bro. Oh nggak ada, kirain ngulang. Ngulang deh. Okay, it's better like that. Itu ngulang.
We are like birds, soaring through the horizons of time. I linger between brushes of memory, seeking the color of my final journey. When I get there, may there be feathers to paint the sky, shades of rose. And fields of green to beckon adventurous souls. And azure oceans with which to sail into the unknown. And volcanoes too, where, despite the danger, hidden treasure waits to be found. And graffiti art, of course. Without that color, just imagine the dullness of night.
Anything else?
In the end, I hope everyone remembers my color too.
In the end, I hope everyone remembers your color too. All in all, it was just a technique for coloring a scroll.
The task I'm entrusting to you is much more than that. Farewell, my friend.
I knew you would understand.
This is the special scroll. How did you know how to weave it, Seat Lolly? Hold on. You've lived for more than 200 years. You know how to weave the special.
Oh, well, it's not like I wanted to interact with the appointed. So whenever I delivered the scroll, I used illusions to confuse them. The fact that it turned into some kind of divine intervention is because no one was skilled enough to see through my tricks.
You've carried the duty alone for all these years? Even if you don't like interacting.
Traveler. The essence of that color is memory. That means passing the technique on to someone means sharing your memories with them. You need to leave traces of your... Even though I only confirmed that today, I've had and, well, ever since Sweet Celine died, I haven't wanted to form that kind of connection with people.
Oh, yeah.
It was her final wish, so I kind of resigned myself to taking on the burden forever. But Claw never stopped appointing new candidates to weave the scroll. Despite knowing exactly how I felt, I knew exactly what he was doing. And yeah, if I ever did share my memories with someone, this time though, you win, Claw. Take this. I guess it's...
What is it?
If I had to choose my color, countless people exist in my memories, and I know one day that will be my fate. Since you have a long lifespan, you're the perfect candidate to bear this memory. And carry my color, just keep it safe. And you better not forget my color when I'm gone.
Whoa. It's a little early to talk about death, don't you think? It's only been a few seconds since we made the friendship official.
Isn't that what friends are for?
Okay, this is a serious commitment. Well, Seat Lolly, if the Traveler's going to leave their color in your mind too, it'll probably be gold, right?
Actually, their mark is already there. Remember the mind? Sharing senses allows communication to occur between the consciousness of different people. Although I didn't know it at the time, we both have the ability to see the color of memory, and that connection is what caused my original.
So, you can hear the Traveler's thoughts because you left and that's why the Traveler could hear your thoughts too, because it worked.
Quick thinking. But only those trained in the mystic arts can maintain that. That's why I can still hear the Traveler's thoughts, but not the other. There's no need to worry, though. Now that I've figured out how it works...
Oh.
I lied. Hearing each other's thoughts actually depends on the strength of the connection between our memories. So, after everything we just went through, I bet you can hear me again. I knew it. Since the connection between our memories is already there, the only way to get rid of the effect is for one of us to forget about the other. Just messing with you. I'm a legendary shaman of my tribe. Now that I know the cause, of course I can figure out how. It'll probably take some time, though. So bear with me for now. Besides, I'm an open book. It's not like you're gonna hear anything embarrassing. Oh, unless I've had a few drinks. A shame? I mean, if you ever miss this whole telepathy... No promises, though. Some thoughts are better...
Ah, you did it? Your investigation into the Battle of Seven Cup.
Wow! The scroll is finished already!
Elder Talapo's wisdom is never wrong.
Yeah, we should explain. Take it away. You don't look surprised.
It makes perfect sense. History is the memory of a people. Now, it's just a matter of... From your description, it's...
Well, yeah.
In that case, I must work with our priests to reinvent... After all, memories are precious things. Meant to be... You completed your task admirably.
All right, we'll leave that to you.
Oh, and please pass a... We interrogated the Fontanian merchant she apprehended. And it turns out he hired people to spread misinformation about the Battle of Seven Colors. We now have a record of his crimes, and will begin working with Fontaine authorities in a few days.
So he was behind the controversy in the first place. Guess it's easy. Anyway, that clears it up. People don't just question their history out of nowhere.
Until we meet again.
You told him everything, right?
Yep. We left out the part about your contribution.
You could have just said it was a gift from the spirits. I guess he is different from the previous chiefs. But if he figures out it was me all these years,
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you.
Oh, it's the other Fontanian researcher.
Please, call me Allier. After questioning the tribe, I'll be heading back to Fontaine soon. No employer means no funding, after all. I'd like to ask some questions about Huitziline. I want people outside of Natlandic...
Questions? Huh! What?
Don't misunderstand. I have no intention of twisting your history, or I believe amazing stories deserve to be shared with the world. Culture thrives through dialogue and...
All right, you can ask your questions, but be...
Important plan?
Oh, thank you very much.
Another day, another drained social... hold on. You owe me a pair of books.
Oh, that! When it comes to light novels, your memory is like a...
You're telling me. Yeah, it's not gonna be easy. You might need to go to Yai Publishing House in person. But I don't need them right away.
Of course! We'll get them sent to you as soon as...
Sent to me? Nuh-uh. I don't want a stranger knocking on my door when...
And this is?
The key to my house. Don't bother knocking next time.
Ada si kentang.
want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Alternatifnya dong seberapa jatuh deh. Oh my god. Respect Mas Kuruda, terima kasih. Mana bukunya? Bukunya, Cok. Di mana sih buku-bukuan? Aku punya bukunya juga deh. Ini bukan sih? Sama suku luas. Oh iya. Pengen lanjut story questnya Mafuika, cuman udah mulai drop frames anjir.
Too slow. Quit following me. Behold!